um, we we of course we are human beings, we might feel so sad or so bad, but we should accept that the fact that death is real, and we should also respect death. Life won't be interesting if death wasn't promised. So I guess this is the reason why we are living to the fullest. We are living, enjoying life so much, I guess. If there wasn't a death, I I would have just a normal life, because I know that I won't never die. So I won't have like an interesting life. So I guess days will make life very interesting. So we should it must be celebrated, I guess.
Okay, actually, I didn't agree with that. Even this, separating from the one you love is very, very difficult thing, by the way, in the world. So even, for example, apart from this, even separating two couples, or you can say like two persons who love each other, is very difficult. Not this, not even this. This is very, very, very difficult thing. For example, imagine if you lose someone who lives, for example, in love for a lot of times with you. That how could you ever celebrate like separating from the one you love? I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe this the effect of our culture, because it was been with us for a long time, like starting from our birth. We have been seeing, we have been watching people's mourning to their loved ones. So I don't know. Maybe it's the effect of the culture, but for me, it's very difficult like to celebrate or dance in the days of someone else's, with the one I love.
I mean, you shouldn't be sad or in a bad mood for a long, long time. You Of course you are
But
a
you,
human
you
being.
couldn't do it.
You must be in a very sad moment for
Um,
like 2 days, 3 days. My point is that it shouldn't be for a long time,
yeah, yes, sir.
because
I agree. By the way, with
whether
that
we
one,
like it or not,
it
yeah.
must be for
So
sure. But you couldn't, you couldn't do it. It's very difficult thing. You couldn't even manage to like every even every place you go, the one you can remember something that reminds of your friend or your lover or someone, your family's member, you know. So you couldn't like spare it out from like within a days or something. It's very, very difficult thing. I don't know.
yeah.
It might be the effect of the culture. How could you even like try to laugh? But you couldn't laugh instead of mourning. By the way,
let,
even
let me ask you something.
okay.
So would you be okay if human beings won't die like forever, and you could live with your friends, families forever? Would that be interesting for you? Because
Yeah,
in my
I get.
opinion,
Okay.
you gave my point, right? Yeah.
Yes, I
So
got you. I got you, by the way.
yeah,
You know,
it won't be interesting.
yeah, by the way, I got your point. It's very difficult to separate, but life must be like that, by the way. I didn't like oppose this. I never opposed this. But the morning it's very difficult. You can't easily bear it from yourself, you know. It took you
Yeah,
like
but
for a long time, but whenever that is, if it could be like 2 years, 1 year or something, but you will forget him, like you will remember him only in his name or something. But when the time goes, you will start like you couldn't even able to tear, huh? Not mourning. So
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, but
so I didn't
at the end
oppose
of the day,
the days. By the way, I didn't oppose days. Days, it's like if you couldn't like there must be a days like I don't know. If there is a living, if you can't able to live, there must be days. Unless its life is boring, Balburu. Life will be boring. But the
yeah.
way we are
So
going to handle with days is very difficult. We couldn't give up with days. We couldn't just we couldn't like leave the one who is died without mourning. But they I didn't oppose about this, but it's very difficult naturally actually. That's why. But to come to your question, I am not opposing this. There must be this. I believe that.
yeah.
But it's very
Anyways,
difficult without mourning. It seems like that. Maybe for me,
at the end of
I
the
don't
day,
know.
we will forget the peoples
Yeah.
who
By the way,
die. At the end of the
yes,
day,
of
yeah,
course,
we will
of
forget them,
course.
whether
Yeah.
we like it or not.
Mm.
We are human beings.
Yes, of course. We don't know when, but we'll forget them. This is obvious because we were forgetting and we were like we will be forgetting.
Imagine it. It doesn't have to be someone which is closer to you, you know? Human being is the biggest thing in this planet. So imagine if you lost your mother, your brother, your whole siblings. So are you guys saying it's easy? It's just like this is the worst thing is going to happen in your life is losing your parents, you know? So what I mean is that I know I don't have to be that much in sadness because when the days, well, we all have our religion, so you know where it goes. So, mm, I mean, like it doesn't have to be like that. I know, just it doesn't have to be taking too much time or too much sadness. It doesn't have to be like that. But sadness is the reality. So there is sadness. Losing someone is hard. So I'm thinking like losing someone is very hard. So it's
Be
the best
easy.
thing happening to them in life, you know? It's just like it's the worst thing is going to happen in our life.
The
Yeah,
one who
yeah,
is
በአማርኛ
living,
yeah.
huh?
እንደሚባለው ያው የሞተ ሰው ሞቷል ነው እሱ
Yeah,
ተጎዳ
you're
ነው የሚባለው ጀስት ላይክ
yeah. የሞተ
እኛ ጋር
ተጎዳ
ነው